A dramatic turn of events has unfolded in Madagascar, leaving the nation in a state of flux. The military's seizure of power, following weeks of anti-government protests, has sparked a heated debate about the future of the country. In a bold move, Colonel Andry Rajoelina, commander of the elite CAPSAT military unit, announced that the army was taking control of Madagascar. He promised the establishment of a committee comprising military and police officials, followed by the swift formation of a civilian government. This declaration came just moments after members of parliament voted to impeach President Andry Rajoelina, who had gone into hiding, fearing for his life amidst the escalating protests. The impeachment vote, with an overwhelming majority of 130 yes votes, proceeded despite Rajoelina's attempt to dissolve the lower house of parliament on the same day. In a social media address on Monday, Rajoelina confirmed his hiding, but his whereabouts remained undisclosed. But here's where it gets controversial. The army's takeover was met with resistance from some quarters. A statement posted on the official Facebook page of the Madagascan presidency denounced the action as a coup d'état and insisted that Rajoelina was still in charge. However, the youth of Madagascar, who had taken to the streets in what they called Gen Z protests, welcomed the military's intervention. They were angered by the water and electricity shortages that had crippled the country, and their demands for Rajoelina's resignation went unheeded. The CAPSAT military unit, which had initially sided with the protesters, played a pivotal role in the president's downfall. Rajoelina's escape, reportedly on a French plane, added to the drama, with some of his officials believed to have fled to Mauritius. Madagascar, a former French colony, has a history of rebellions. Rajoelina himself came to power through a coup in 2009 with the support of the same military unit that recently ousted him. However, his subsequent election victories and tenure as president were marred by poor service delivery and corruption, leading to a souring of public opinion towards his leadership. In an attempt to quell the protests, Rajoelina sacked his government, but the demonstrators persisted, demanding his resignation. The United Nations reported that more than 20 people were killed during the protests, with authorities using deadly force. Despite the army's efforts to portray the takeover as something other than a coup, some Madagascans who had been protesting expressed relief at Rajoelina's removal. Sariaka, one of the protesters, told NPR, "The army is the only neutral institution that can get us back on track." When asked about the nature of the takeover, she responded, "To me, it's a popular revolution supported by a military unit." Fanilo, a 21-year-old medical student, shared similar sentiments, saying, "We are all deeply relieved and even thrilled by his removal from office. We are no longer oppressed." When questioned about his lack of concern over the military seizure of power, he replied, "Not really, because the current military leadership is in very good hands, especially as they plan to hand back power to a civilian government afterwards." The situation in Madagascar raises important questions about the role of the military in a democracy and the balance between stability and popular will. What are your thoughts on this turn of events? Do you think the military's intervention was justified, or is this a dangerous precedent? We'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below.